Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another exciting episode where we dive into the hidden treasures of everyday currency. Today, we're about to uncover the mystery and incredible value behind a coin that might be sitting in your drawer right now. Yes, we're talking about the legendary 1970 1 Australian 50-cent coin with no mint mark. A coin that has captured the attention of collectors across the globe. This is not just any coin. This coin carries a story etched in the very metal it's made from. Minted over 50 years ago, the 1971 50-cent coin was part of Australia's decimal currency series, but it stands apart for one very unique reason: the absence of any mint mark. This tiny detail has made it one of the most talked about coins in Australian numismatic circles. Now, you might be wondering, why would a missing mint mark matter so much? Well, in the world of coin collecting, such an anomaly can turn an ordinary piece into a rare gem. It indicates a production detail that was either overlooked or intentionally designed to be minimal, and that makes it stand out. The 50-cent coin of 1971 features the beautiful, classic coat of arms of Australia, showcasing the kangaroo and emu on either side of the shield, with intricate details that honour the Commonwealth. But unlike most coins that proudly display the mint of origin, this one is mysteriously silent, adding to its allure and rarity. When this coin was released, it was just another part of the country's decimalisation process, shifting away from pounds and pence to a modern system. But over time, the coin's distinct characteristics began to draw attention from collectors who realised it was anything but common. What makes this coin even more special is that many of them went unnoticed. They were used in everyday transactions, slipped into pockets, passed around, and lost in circulation. That means today, finding one in excellent condition is like finding a needle in a haystack. And this brings us to the real thrill, the value. While some may underestimate the potential of such coins, informed collectors know better. A 1971 50-cent coin in pristine, uncirculated condition has been known to fetch upwards of $1,000 to $3,000, depending on demand, grading, and rarity. But wait, there's more. If your coin is in proof-like condition, has no surface scratches, and retains its full luster, it can go even higher. Some rare examples have sold for over $6,900 in private auctions and online marketplaces. That's hundreds of times its face value. Imagine finding a coin in your change drawer worth that much. That's the kind of story collectors dream of. And that's exactly why the 1971 50-cent coin is so thrilling. It combines history, scarcity, and value in one silver package. Let's also take a moment to appreciate the design. It was created with a 12-sided shape, unlike the traditional round coins. This gives it a distinctive look and feel, something collectors love because it stands out in any collection. The coin is made of copper and nickel, which gives it a brilliant silvery sheen. Over time, if well preserved, it retains its shine and detail, making it visually stunning even after decades. What makes this journey even more exciting is that you don't need to be a professional collector to be part of it. Anyone can look through their old coins, visit garage sales, or ask grandparents if they have one. The treasure might be closer than you think. So, why is this coin valuable? Because it is a part of Australian history, a rare minting quirk, and a survivor of time. It's not just a coin, it's a conversation piece, a collector's dream, and a symbol of the value hidden in plain sight. This is a reminder that sometimes, the smallest things can hold the greatest worth. A coin that many people didn't think twice about in 1971 is now being hunted by numismatists and enthusiasts around the world. And here's the big motivation. If you find one, don't just spend it. Get it evaluated. Join a collector's forum. Share your find. Because you could be holding something incredibly special, something worth more than money, a piece of history. Even if you don't find the 1971 coin right away, don't stop looking. The thrill of the hunt is part of the joy. Every coin has a story, and the next one you check might just be the jackpot. So, ladies and gentlemen, check your change jars, go through old coin albums, and don't overlook the humble 50-cent piece. The 1971 no mint mark coin might just be your golden, or should we say silvery, ticket. Keep collecting, keep dreaming, and never underestimate the power of small things to bring big surprises. Who knows? Your next great discovery might be just a coin flip away. Next up, the 1973 Australian 50-cent coin with no mint mark. Buckle up, because what we're about to reveal will change the way you look at loose change forever. At first glance, the 1973 50-cent coin might look like any other coin you'd find lying in a drawer or tucked away in a forgotten piggy bank. But this particular year holds a silent power, a secret that only true collectors and historians know. The absence of a mint mark, coupled with its vintage status, makes it one of the most desirable coins ever produced in Australia. Now, to understand its value, we must first travel back in time to the early 1970s. Australia had already transitioned to decimal currency in 1966, replacing the old pounds, shillings, and pence system. The Royal Australian Mint was producing new coinage rapidly, but in 1973, something curious happened. A limited number of 50-cent coins were struck, and while most coins from this period are not particularly rare, the 1973 edition became an instant mystery. Why? Because it was produced in relatively low numbers compared to other years, and it carried no visible mint mark. This small detail has enormous implications. For coin collectors, the absence of a mint mark can indicate an anomaly, a special production run, or even a mistake, all of which add significant historical and monetary value. Over the years, the 1973 50-cent coin has steadily climbed in value on the collector's market. Some pristine specimens have sold for impressive sums. We're talking about coins that can fetch up to 5,000 Australian dollars or more, depending on condition, grading, and market demand. That's right. What might look like a simple 50-cent piece could actually be worth thousands. This coin's design also plays a part in its allure. Featuring the Australian coat of arms on one side and Queen Elizabeth II on the other, the craftsmanship and detail reflect a time of national pride and precision in minting. But it's that invisible detail, the missing mint mark, that turns it into a collector's dream come true. You might be asking, why would the mint leave off the mark? Sometimes production constraints, mechanical oversights, or test runs result in coins being struck without the standard identifying marks. In the world of numismatics, such irregularities become prized possessions because they are rare, hard to replicate, and impossible to predict. What's even more exciting is that these coins can still be out there, hiding in collections, forgotten boxes, or even among your everyday pocket change. That's the magic of coin collecting. You never know when you're holding history in your hands. The 1973 50-cent coin is a perfect example of how everyday objects can carry extraordinary value. Collectors and dealers from around the world actively seek out this coin. Its reputation has only grown with time. As awareness spreads, the demand increases, and naturally, so does the price. So if you happen to find a 1973 50-cent coin in brilliant uncirculated condition, no scratches, no wear, you could be sitting on a potential gold mine. Now let's talk numbers. While circulated versions of the coin can still attract buyers for several $100s, high-grade specimens, those professionally graded as MS65 or higher, have been known to sell for $6,000 to 8,000 Australian dollars, depending on rarity and timing of the sale. And this value will only grow in the future as more collectors enter the market and the available supply continues to shrink. That's why this isn't just a collector's story. It's a motivation to everyone watching. Whether you're a seasoned coin hunter or a casual enthusiast, never underestimate the power of a single coin. Your next great discovery could be hiding right under your nose. Imagine this. You're at a garage sale, and someone is selling an old coin jar for a few dollars. You take it home, sort through it, and there it is, the unmistakable shine of a 1973 50-cent coin. You get it appraised and boom, you're suddenly holding a small fortune in your hands. That's not just luck, that's opportunity meeting preparation. This coin represents more than money. It represents the hidden value in the everyday. It encourages us to look deeper, to appreciate the history around us, and to pursue the treasures that often go unnoticed. So ladies and gentlemen, if you come across a 1973 Australian 50-cent coin, don't toss it aside. Take a close look. Check for its date. Appreciate its weight. Examine the condition. And above all, recognize its potential. Collectors are always looking. Auctions are always happening. And the right buyer, at the right time, could turn your forgotten coin into a life-changing reward. That's the thrill of the hunt. That's the reward of the find. Next up, the 1981 Australian 50-cent coin with no mint mark. A coin that many Australians have seen, but only a few truly understand. What if I told you that one of the most valuable coins from the early 1980s might be sitting right in your house right now? It's more than just metal. It's history. It's rarity. It's a symbol of a moment in time when something different happened at the Royal Australian Mint. And today, that difference translates into serious value for collectors who know exactly what they're looking for. The 1981 50-cent coin is a fascinating story. During this year, Australia minted millions of 50-cent pieces. But not all of them were created equal. While the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra produced the standard coins, additional coins were also produced overseas to meet high demand, specifically in Canada and the United Kingdom. However, coins made in Australia carry no mint mark, while foreign minted coins can be identified by subtle differences in strike and edge detail. So why does the 1981 no mint mark coin matter? Because among all these coins, only those produced domestically are considered true Australian strikes. The ones without a mint mark have become the focus of dedicated collectors, who seek authenticity, purity, and national minting origins. This demand has elevated the no mint mark 1981 coin to a special status within the numismatic community. This isn't just a story about scarcity. It's a story about value. The 1981 no mint mark 50-cent coin, especially in highly graded, uncirculated condition, has been known to sell for anywhere between $2,000 to $4,000 Australian dollars, depending on its preservation, clarity of design, and whether it's been professionally graded by organizations like PCGS or NGC. Now think about that. A coin worth $50, potentially fetching thousands. That's the kind of upside that excites coin hunters, auctioneers, and collectors alike. And the interest isn't just local. Global numismatists have their eyes on rare Australian coins, especially ones like this with peculiar minting history and regional identity. Let's explore its origin. In 1981, Australia was growing rapidly. The Royal Australian Mint needed help keeping up with demand. This led to partnerships with foreign mints. While these coins are all legal tender, the ones produced overseas often came with small mint marks or design irregularities. However, those minted right here in Australia came without any mint mark, just clean, crisp edges and that unmistakable silver shine. The no mint mark variant was struck in lower numbers compared to foreign-made coins, and over the decades, many have been lost, spent, worn down, or forgotten. That's what makes a pristine 1981 no mint mark coin so rare and so valuable. Every year that passes, fewer and fewer remain in excellent condition. Collectors crave it for its clean strike, its local origin, and its historical distinction. It represents a time when Australia had to look beyond its borders to keep up with economic demand. Yet the no mint mark coin stands as a symbol of domestic strength and production. It's a quiet but powerful piece of Australian numismatic heritage. And here's the exciting part. There are still people actively searching for this coin. Online marketplaces, collector groups, and auction houses see regular interest. Every month, people ask, do you have a 1981 50-cent with no mint mark? The demand is there, and it's growing. As more collectors learn about the coin's background, the competition to find high-quality examples becomes fierce. It's not just experienced collectors either. Young hobbyists, families, and even school-aged kids are joining the treasure hunt. Because when you realize that an ordinary-looking coin could be worth thousands, it turns collecting into an adventure, a mission, a challenge that anyone can take part in. Now imagine you're sorting through an old coin jar at home, or flipping through a box of coins left behind by a grandparent. And suddenly, you see it, the date 1981, the classic dodecagon shape, no visible mint mark. Could it be? Could you be holding something extraordinary? Yes, you could. And that's what makes this hobby so thrilling. Coins like the 1981 50-cent no mint mark aren't just relics, they're opportunities. They represent a chance for everyday people to uncover history, to claim something rare, and potentially to make real money doing it. If you're lucky enough to find one in excellent condition, do not spend it. Get it professionally graded. Get it valued. Because your little find could be worth far more than 50 cents. It could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on timing and buyer interest. We've seen examples sell at auctions for record prices. Coins with sharp details, brilliant luster, and clear surfaces have made headlines. And the best part? There's no sign that demand is slowing down. In fact, it's growing. Collectors want Australian history, and this coin is a perfect piece of it. So here's your call to action. Start looking. Ask your parents or grandparents if they have old coin jars tucked away. Visit garage sales, flea markets, and estate auctions. Be vigilant. Be curious. Because the next great find could be in the most unexpected place. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Australia's hidden coin treasures. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And remember, your treasure hunt starts now. The next great discovery could be yours.